And I think we're live. I got to get myself out of here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
But I am not showing up.
You want me to bring
There
you?
we go. Okay. Welcome on, everybody. Merry Christmas. No, not yet. Soon. Not yet. I'm already seeing Christmas stuff at the Hobby Lobby and everything. Welcome on. Let me move this over so it looks like I'm actually looking at people. Okay.
You're wearing a very fall harvesty kind of shirt.
Yeah, this fall. And I got this.
Leaning
I should take that
towards.
off.
Yeah. Oh, that's what's in style.
No, I don't do that. Pearl, everybody's want a flat brim. I do that. No, I don't do that.
There you go.
Welcome on, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. It is a Tuesday night, one of my favorite nights of the week. Thursday is my other one. I'm so happy to have everyone on here, and let's get going. Okay, so a couple things. Hopefully you're watching this stuff. If you guys need some help, we're here to help you. I have a tutoring service where I have me plus 3 other tutors for all FINRA stuff and NASA. It's series7exam.org. If you go, if you don't like my style, there's another one called Michael Weiss. He's series7examtutor.com. He's great. He has the CFA. He was in the business like I was for a very long time and stuff like that. Okay. If you don't have a vendor, if you don't have a book and you're looking for the SIE, especially in all the other exams, go check out Achievable. I have links in most of my videos, not this one. Look at this, it's tilted. It's funny. It's tilted, but that's even better, I guess. Oh, there we go. How about that? It's achievable.me, but if you go use my link, you can get, I have somewhere in the Facebook group, we have a $10 off. The other thing we have, see if I can find it, is this amazing thing. FINRA NASA Exam Test Prep Network. It is outstanding. It's 8,200 people in there. It's people come in. It's a community. They love each other. They're really helping each other out. It's organic. I mean, I barely post about it. I don't even think I post about it in Reddit or anything. I just mentioned it here. It's good stuff. A lot of people on there helping each other out. There's always somebody on there who can answer a question. They have chats. It's private. So if you go into, if you say something you don't want to get announced, it won't, because it's a good group and we don't do anything. So it's a lot of help. I mean, you put a question up there, you may get 15 answers, and they're all good because they talk to each other and they get vetted out. And a lot of it comes down to like maybe just hearing someone else's version of the stuff. Here's my bigger thing. If you're doing well and you pass, you get an attaboy. Everyone goes, hey, we do a little video for you, whatever. And here I play songs for you. That's not where the value is. The value is when you miss or you're having a tough day or any of that stuff. When you're struggling, going, I don't know if I can do another day. That's when you post in there. And that's when they go, no, we got you. Do those stupid little videos that'll throw all the time to get you ready. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to keep you motivated and keep you at it. So let's get into it. Okay, so remember, tonight is FINRA night. If you want to talk about motivation for the other exams, it's fine. I will not answer questions about the series 65, 66, or 63 unless you're taking the test Thursday or before. Other than that, you can wait till Thursday. I don't want to muddy the waters. I don't want to mix metaphors, if you want to say. So I'm going to make sure tonight is FINRA. This is SIE, Series 6, Series 7, 24, 57, 99, if you want. Okay. None of the NASA stuff will I talk about unless it overlaps or you're really desperate and you're taking the test before our meeting on Thursday night. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what we got. Okay. Paula, I haven't seen you in like forever. So you've been in the groups, right? Have you been trying to be groups? Okay. Okay, so 67 is not enough. You want to be in the mid 70s. Like Kaplan, maybe 67 works, but on the STC, you absolutely want to make sure that you are. You know, it's amazing how everyone knows I do the fucking live in. Everyone decides to text me at 8 p.m. Okay, now stop fucking text me at 8. Okay, because look, I have 4 children and 6 grandchildren. I have to look. So stop fucking texting me from 8 to 9 unless it's an emergency. Now, and a wife who she doesn't bug us. She knows she stays away from me as much as she can during this. She even knows not to talk to me for a good 20 minutes after because I'm a weirdo. Okay. You want to be in mid 70s. So what you should do is, what have you been doing, Paula? Have you been rereading? Have you been watching videos? Have you just been working, doing nothing? What have you been doing during that time? That's all it is. What have you been doing during that time? And we can figure out where you are. Okay. Now, Okay, so Sophie, you know I won't answer that. Okay, if it's something, if that's a quick one, I could probably do that. Okay, but I'm gonna bigger answer on Thursday. Okay, the green lights are hard. So 2 days, right? So we have today's Tuesday, so Wednesday, Thursday, right? Okay. So I'm not a fan of testing the day before. I'm not. I mean, some people do. Some people say you should. I disagree because I think there's no upside. Um, I think you could take another test tomorrow. By the way, the green lights are fucking hard. They're really hard. Um, So I think you should go through the green light, figure out where you made mistakes. Look at that little, they have a performance tracker kind of where there's your weak or not weak. Go through there, look for your strongest chapters. Make sure on Thursday you're going through my crash course. Did you take my brutal exam video? Did you go through the playlist called Tricky Questions? Those are going to help you a ton on the 7. They're absolutely um in the they're absolutely going to help you a lot. A lot of stuff. The brutal exam will give you a lot of good pointers. Watch my crash course, go from there. That's Thursday. And what's the last thing you do before you take the test? Read customer counts. On STC, that's chapters 2 and 14. Okay. Again, okay, I'm going to do it very quick because if you are an IAR or an agent, what you selling has nothing to do with what you register. If you work for broker dealer or an IA, if you're selling exempt securities or non-exempt securities, if you're selling securities, you have to register unless there's another exemption. It has nothing to do with the security. The only time it does is if you work for the issuer. If you need more information, I'll do that on Thursday. Okay. Lena, you're taking 2 weeks. You're fine. Fucking relax. 64, 65, 65 in STC. How are you doing on Sunday night? Did you keep up with us on Sunday night in the class? Did you feel lost? If not, you're in good shape. Remember, certify is fucking hard. Past perfect look, I say Kaplan's hard. I say past perfect is even harder than them. And they take you down the road into a dark alley, beat the crap out of you, take you in the woods, blindfold you, jump in the water with rocks on you, and then answer a question. They really go out of their way to make it hard. As I was saying that, I was visualizing that. That's bad, right? Okay, so now, I was literally seeing somebody sitting there with their hands tied and rocking, trying to answer, what's amortization. So, don't be panicked. I would spend maybe look on STC Syria week. I don't know if Past Perfect has your weaker chapter section, but I would focus on STC a little bit and maybe figure out your low chapters. Listen to me. I can't say this enough. And Joe too. For the 7, yes, munis, right? Whatever. Mutual funds and annuities are going to smack you in the head. You got to make sure you're good on those. You need to be solid on mutual funds and annuities, or you're going to have a tough time. Okay. Sophie, I'll handle that Thursday. I gave you a little bit of info. Okay. Yes. Okay. So I did a really cool blues video, okay, for different things. And yes, I didn't do Elvis because I could have, but I like Elvis too much to disrespect him. And Andrews, I have plans for Elvis. I don't want to blow that load. Okay, good. Okay. First, can you explain the Okay, so price and interest. Okay, there are no such Kayla. So there's no such thing as interest. Okay. There are no such things as interest on stock. Okay. So bonds. Let's see. Make sure I read the question. Okay. Now, interest rates. So they're not going to go heavy on what it does, but here we go. So if you buy a 5% bond, that's your coupon. That's your rate. We're good with that. That's going to pay you $50 a year. If rates go up to 6 or 7%, your bond's still paying 5%. So it looks like shit. Everyone else is getting 6 or 7%. You're getting 5. Jeff, I might end up cussing more over the next hour just because of that phone call, not on purpose, just because I will. So if rates go to 7, the price will drop. Your bond is less valuable, so the price of the bond will drop. They go opposite. Price is what you pay, $800, $900, $1,200, $1,400, whatever it is. If the interest rates go up, find my video. I'll put it in here. See if I can Find it. Bond. There we go. Let's see if it shows up. There we go. So, Kayla, is it Kayla, right? Was Kayla, right? Hold on. Yeah. Watch the video I just attached to the chat. It'll help you a lot. It's my bond triangle. It shows you the relationship between interest rates. Now, common stock doesn't have interest rates at all. They trade based on supply and demand. Good economy, a lot of them go up. Bad economy, a lot of them go down. There you go. That's Sophie. That's valuable information. I do think, depending on what test you get, it could feel harder, SDC. I get frustrating, okay? I get frustrated when I do questions with people from Past Perfect, Kaplan, STC, all of them, right? When I see questions that are so like tricky and convoluted that I know they won't be on the exam that way. It's just a thing. They just won't. Okay. 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 Carlos. Yeah, no. Carlos, cancel your membership. Actually, you can lower it to the $5 one. You just watch my options basics playlist. That's all you got to do. Just watch my options, but you don't have for the SIE, you don't have to pay for anything. You can, okay, you could do my join the class we have Wednesday night. So we have a thing where we meet. I'm trying to find my playlist for you. We have a membership for is it $4.99? I think it's $5 a month, where we have a class every Wednesday night just for the SIE at 7 p.m. Eastern. It is pretty fucking good. It ends up being like 2 or 3 people in it, maybe 4 sometimes. People have signed up, but they don't show up sometimes. They're busy, whatever it is. So it really does help. And it's like almost having a personal lesson with one of our tutors. I'm sorry, let me find this. Here we go. So this is amazing. Sometimes I can get a shareable link and sometimes I can't. I haven't figured that shit out yet. So where are we? Okay. Okay, so Carlos, that's the playlist you want to watch to start on SIE options. That's the playlist, okay? That's the one you want to start. Okay. Is your football on tonight? Is your baseball on tonight? Oh, I can't hear you.
Basketball starting.
Oh, got it. Jesus Christ. Oh, so now
they
that's
just
going
did
to
the ring
July.
ceremony.
Fucking basketball. They really need to shorten that season.
No.
I want that season to be like 3 weeks long.
Oh.
I mean, the playoffs are what? The playoffs are like 7 weeks. You don't need 10 months leading up to. You could literally start the basketball in January.
Well, what do you think about baseball then?
I like baseball.
Baseball's insane.
It's fine, but okay, so shorten them both. By the way, baseball used to have one round of play. Basically, you won your division, and then you went to the World Series. Now they add the other stuff. No, I mean, they could shorten the baseball. They could start that in July, June.
I like when it starts in the spring. I just think it should end earlier.
Fine, let's end it. So that'd be great. So let it end in September.
Yeah.
No basketball, no hockey till December or January, and just have football.
Yeah, something that would make sense.
Basketball is way too long because none of this shit. Like, look, hockey games now. And nobody cares, but there's not a lot of questions on here, so I'm gonna fill it in. It doesn't. None of this shit matters. Like, you go to a game now. Yay! I got to wheel LeBron flop again 3 times. What does it matter? Okay.
I'm glad you don't really have an opinion on this.
On him? No. I only have an opinion when people try to say he's the greatest. If you flop, you cannot ever be the greatest. You can't. So Kobe and Jordan can be in the same. Kobe's not Jordan, but you can add that conversation. LeBron's not in there. It's just not a thing. Okay, hold on. So Julie's up there.
Top 5? Is he top 5?
No. Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem. No. I put him, I'd say he's top 10. Dr. J? Come on.
Wow.
I even put Steph Curry ahead of him.
Whoa.
Because they don't flop. Once you flop, you can't be a top 10. You can't look for calls. Okay, hold on. I think we got Carlos. Hope you got that. There, look at this. So she was scoring 77, 85 in STC. And if you're scoring in the mid 70s to 80s, you're probably fine in the exam. Okay. Okay, Julie, same thing I told Joe. Test tomorrow. Don't do any tests on Thursday. Go through the crash course, add knowledge, read customer accounts. Make sure you're good on mutual funds and annuities, and you should be fine. Okay. No, that's an easy one. No, they're not. That could be on any exam, so I'm willing to take it. Futures and forwards are not contracts. They're not securities. They are not. They're covered by the NFA and the CFTC. Okay. Look, if you did well on those, you're good. If you did well on those exams and you feel comfortable with that stuff, because that brutal exam gives you the same vibe as a test. That's what they look like. Do you see how they're not easy, but they're easier, but they're more straightforward? Like, here's the problem with the exams. You could actually, on the vendors, know your shit and still get bad. I'm telling you, on the real exam, if you know your shit and you take your time, you won't fail. The vendors test if you can take a question. The exam says, do you know your shit? And maybe a little bit take a question. But a lot of it's like, do you know your shit? And that's why I tell everyone, don't bring your own shit into the question. I was talking to people today, and I show a question to them, and they start going, and I go, they go, what's a hedge fund? And they start listing off all the things they know about hedge funds, right? What the fuck? See, look who's calling.
Who you got there?
Why would you call me at 8 p.m. on a Tuesday night? Unless someone's dying.
Are you on?
I'm on fucking live, my man. Everyone's getting to hear you talk.
Later.
See ya. I love doing that. Okay. Now, what happens is you start coming up with like all your own shit, like a hedge fund. Oh, it's unregistered. It's this or that, without even reading the answers. And what happens if you do that is you don't get you have bias going into it, so you don't read what they're doing. Okay, so you read what you end up not reading the questions or the answers. You're jumping your own shit into it, and you're looking for what you was. You're looking for an answer. Don't do that. Read the question, read the 4 choices, pick the best one. That's what I do. I don't go in there biased. I don't go on the vendors. I do a little bit because I know what they're doing. But when I take the exam, I answer. Read the 4 choices. I am a dumbass. I am a blank slate until I read the 4 answers. Because sometimes I found out over the question, you may go, I have no idea what they're asking. And then you read the answers and go, oh, that's what they're asking. Or you think they're asking one thing and they're not. So that's what I'm saying. Don't do it up until then. Okay. Don't do anything until you've read the question and all 4 answers. Okay. Thirsty Trout. You're in good shape. Okay. Thirsty Trout, you are in actually pretty good shape. If you got a 76 on that, and remember, I don't have a lot of options on that one. So the other thing you can do, guys, Julie and Joe, go find my video where I do the option suitability. That's all options without math. I do at the end, I do like 20 or 30 questions on 20 or 30 questions on just spreads without premiums. I do a bunch of questions on suitability. Also, don't forget, I just put out a video at like 6 o'clock I did ChatGPT versus the SIE. I took the SIE exam that they posted, and I had ChatGPT. We ran a whole video, almost 2 hours long, of how did ChatGPT do it versus the SIE, and you'll be surprised. Okay. Okay, Sam, stay on there. Don't leave. I'm only 7 minutes behind. Okay. You should right now. You're getting a massage, baby. Go out. Go to a brothel. No, just relax. Go to dinner. Jeff's like, oh god, don't say that. Okay, so now, go get a real massage. Go hang out. Go have a drink. Not a hell lot of drink. Just go out to dinner. You're in those good shapes. If you really want to watch a crash course, fine. You can do that. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Watch my SIE Power Hour and go take this thing. Remember, as long as you're good with investment risks and what the register rep can and cannot do, that's like half the damn test. You should be fine. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to jump past you. I want to get to here. Sam, baby. That is outstanding. Boom. 7 and 66. That's outstanding.
I passed the Series 7! That's what I'm talking about. Bring on the fireworks! Woo! This is how you celebrate. Confetti everywhere. Thank you, everybody. Cost.
Boom.
Wow. Wow. That was a first.
Yes.
That was excellent.
I know.
Woo.
You know how much must it cost me to get him to say that? 0. Okay. So no. Okay. Wait for it. Okay. Okay. Now, I mean, did you see my blues song yet?
I
Oh my
don't
God,
think
you
so.
haven't seen it. You got to stop working your other job. Okay. Now, okay. No, listen, air cold, heat, don't worry about it. They're not that heavy on the test. If you understand, I have a video, Slobs Over Bliss. If you plug it, if you go to my channel, hit the search button, you should find it. It's pretty basic. They're not going to go heavy on it. More like, let's see, like they're going to say like, oh, the stock is trading at $21 and you want to buy stock at 20. What do you place? A buy stop, a buy limit, a sell stop, a sell limit. That'll be a buy limit because you want to buy stock below. Say the stock's trading at 21 and they go, you want to buy stock and pay no higher than 20. There it is. You want to buy it at 20. So what do? Well, slobs over bliss. So it's below. So it has to either be a buy limit or a sell stop. And I wanted to buy it. So it's a buy limit. It's very straightforward. Or if you hear the word protect, remember, stops protect, limits don't. So if you see protect a gain, protect a loss, stuff like that, you do stops. Okay. If you're long, you do sell stops. If you're short, you do buy stops. Always remember, if you're long, you have to do selling things. If you're short, you have to do buying things. They're not that heavy. If you're scoring low on them at 59%, you're fine because not many Kaplan and Pest Perfect, even STC sometimes, and even Achievable sometimes, go a little nuts with those questions. They make them so hard. I'm not saying they're easy, but they're fucking easy. The stop and limit orders, as long as you just read the question, don't put your own bias in there, don't bring your own shit into the question, and read it, you'll be fine. I haven't had anyone ever have problems with it. Okay. Joey. Yes, they're absolutely hard for all their exams. They're good. That's the thing. Look, I say they're hard. I think they're too hard. I think Kaplan's too hard, whatever it is. But the good thing is, and I think that maybe adds to your study time or more frustrating, but if you're passing their shit, you should be fine. Again, if you're passing their stuff, you absolutely should be fine taking their test. That shouldn't be a problem. Okay? It really is just a they're more convoluted. Their margin is ridiculous. Their options are ridiculous. I think they make you calculate. I remember when I used to teach with them, they made you calculate what the price of a bond would be because it's in between two yields and which was a closer then. They're not, I promise you the test is not doing that. And then I worked with them and I did it. And then I took the test a couple of times and I'm like, there's no way they would ask that fucking question. So yeah, they make you do yield to maturity, yield to call. You'll never have to do that. However, you have to know the relationship, right? So if it's a discount bond, coupon, current, yield to maturity, yield to call, coupon, current, yield to maturity, yield to call. That's the way it goes. That's a discount. And on a premium, coupon, current, yield to maturity, yield to call, coupon, current, yield to maturity, yield to call. Boom. Okay. Okay. Haley, stay on there, baby. Okay. I want to take the SIE next week, Thursday. How should I approach studying? I only have a cap and PDF as a study material. Yeah, I have a Juan Tovilla, nice Irish name. I have a playlist called the Series 7 Exam Playlist. Now, do you have questions? So Juan, Jeff, let me know if he answers. Do you have questions? Do you have a question? Like, if not, go buy the cap and Q Bank. It's like $50. It's seriously, it's not that big a deal. Now I'm going to put the playlist in here. Where the heck is it? Here it is. There's the playlist. Okay. Okay. There we go. Rob, some people look, well, that's funny. Robbie doesn't like my take on the King, LeBron. Okay.
I saw that.
I know. Okay. I may start giving you wrong answers, Robbie. Okay, so Juan, I just put the playlist, the 7 playlists. I go through the whole thing. If you can, Juan, go online, go to Kaplan. You got to go to Study Tools and buy the Kaplan. It's called Securities Pro Q Bank or something like that. Just buy that. That's gonna be the best bet. Do that. It costs $40. I'm sure there's discount codes out there. Michael Weiss has one. You can go in there. You can get like 10% off or something like that, and we'll go from there. And again, let me go back to this. You need to take questions. If you're not taking questions, you need to take them, okay? Because you need to know where you stand. You can do FINRA exams. I have exams on my website under practice exam walkthroughs on the YouTube. They're free, okay? You could do those. But you got to do questions. You got to see where you are. So, Juan, I would, as much as I want you on here, I think you should, if you finish the book, watch my videos, then go start taking tests. And then come on Thursday, even though it's NASA night, tell me how it's going. Because if you need a full week of doing finals. Okay. Yeah, Haley, yes. Well, I'm so glad you asked. I agree when I get to actually answer a question and sell my shit. Okay. Now, we have memberships. We have a $20 one, which is just the options, which will change your life, but it's just options. We have the 20. Now, remember, here's the other thing. Where do we buy these? On a desktop, not a iPhone. Why? Because Apple, right there, markets up. They charge an extra 30% on top if you do it on your iPhone or iPad. So, like I was telling somebody about my $24.99, this 49 plan. He goes, I only see 64. I said, get on a laptop, and he bought it on a laptop. So here's the deal. Okay. Now, if Paula's going to guilt me, I saw what she said. She's going to guilt me into being why I gave her shit for disappearing. So if you do the $24.99 at one, you get the everything gets below it, right? So the options are $20. For $24.99, you get these. We have the options class plus one class on Sundays at 6 p.m. It's just FINRA stuff, no options. If you jump to the $49.99, that's going to get everything below it. You're going to get the options class at 7 p.m. Eastern on Sundays, the FINRA class at 6 p.m. Eastern on Sundays, plus the options video. If you jump all the way up to $99.99, you get all of that plus a Wednesday night class at 8 p.m. on anything, options or anything Series 7 related. You can do it for the 6 also. If you're doing the 6, do not pay more than $24. Just do the one class on Sunday nights and actually show up on the Wednesday nights. You can always ask questions because there's overlap. So yes, a good point. If you're taking the 6, if you do the $24.99 one, you get the 7 class and we can go over that stuff. And then the Wednesday night SIE class, you can probably sneak in. And those questions are overlapping. So like there's nothing on the 6 other than depth that wouldn't be on the SIE. So it's not really killing anyone. Okay. Julie, great question. I have a video on that, but look, for the dumb sheet, the magic of the dumb sheet is writing the dumb sheet. So I'm a big fan of the options box, the matrix, the bond triangle or teeter-totter or seesaw, whatever the hell you use, slobs over bliss, and anything else that your heart desires. So I have a video on it. I have a video on how to build one, but you can also if you Google Series 7 dumb sheet and hit images, you will get a bunch of people uploaded their dumb sheets and you can get some ideas. You go, oh, I thought of that. Like I see that and go, oh, look at that. Look at this. Look at that. It's good. My video shows you how to build it. Okay. I don't think I have it, right? I don't think I can find it. Let's see if I have it. I think it's a cool one. Let's see if it shows up. There it is. Where are we? There we go. Okay. So, Julie, that would have that's going to have the one I just put in the playlist in the chat will have some ideas on how to do the dump sheet. It will give you, remember, it's very personal to you, kind of like a tattoo. You could always put the bond thing, like the bond seesaw on your thing. I don't know if they can say anything about it. Okay. Rachel. Okay. That's fine. But here's the thing, Rachel, if you take it over and over again, you're getting the same question over and over and over again. By the way, the video I did with AI versus SIE, I also talk about the reasoning behind each answer that they give. So it's actually pretty informative. That's why it's 2 hours. I hate videos that long, but I did it. It took me a while. It was very hard for me to sit there in one sitting for 2 hours doing this. It was brutal. Okay. Now, it was very hard to find 2 hours open too. But yeah, I think they're comparable. But the problem is, if you take it over and over again, you're gonna oh, I'm killing it. Yeah, you just memorize the fucking questions. If you go to my practice walkthroughs, the first one in there, I think I call it 75 questions. It's going to give you the same vibe as the test too. So that's a good one. But understand the tests. Everyone gets screwed up by the wording, and there's some wording that is screwed up. Like exercising an option is when you buy an option, exercise it. Assigning is when you sold it and it gets exercised on you. Okay, those are little things. Okay, now I would say you have to make sure you're not looking for tricks on the real exam. It's not easy, but it's much more straightforward. Everyone thinks I'm saying it's easy. It's not easy. It's straightforward. It's easy for me because I know not to freak out and look for tricks. Now, because I'm smart, I know how to take a test. Okay. So I run through it and I don't go, again, I go in there blind. I go in there, answer the question. I see the question and I just let the answers come to me and then I pick. I don't go with bias. So Rachel, try to do that. Okay. Okay, here we go. Hey, Lee, welcome. Okay. Oh my God, you're in good shape. Haley, you're fine. Don't even join my class. I'm glad you did the option stuff. Make sure you do the options Armageddon. Make sure you do my option suitability video. Take my brutal exam. Watch the crash course. Read customer accounts, and you're fine. So you can take tests tomorrow and Thursday, but not Friday. Add knowledge. Go to bed at a normal time. Go to bed early now to get ready for this. So this way you can go to bed and you're not nervous the night before. Go out to dinner the night before. You're in good shape. On Kaplan, you don't need to go in the 80s. As I say all the time, getting 80s on Kaplan is like me trying to dunk. It's great, but not necessary. Trust me, I'm not even close. I can't even grab.
It's also impossible.
Well, not now. Yes. I used to grab rim. That was about it.
I know you're very proud of that rim.
But my son can. My older one, he can. He was out on a miss and he kept going and going and going until he could dunk.
So he increases vertical.
Somewhere. What?
He increases vertical.
And my younger one is trying to do that. He's not a dunk. He's still playing lacrosse. So he's trying to get his vertical as high as possible. So I think something switched. I'm hoping it stays that way. He had a really good game the other day. Like most violent game I've ever seen him play, which was amazing. Good. Okay. Now, Robbie. I don't know how you can call him the king. I mean, anyone who calls himself the king is not the king. Okay. Oh, chaotic. I love that. I was waiting. I thought you guys were coming in. Boom. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Where are we? Nope. Oh, I guess I don't have it.
Pass! Boom! Look at that stamp! Pass, baby! Who's licensed now? Me! Future Wall Street legend over here! Fireworks for my brain! Confetti for these skills!
Boom, baby. It's so cheesy. Yeah, I'm trying to find good ones. Okay, good. Chaotic. And now this is what so you pass. If you're still here, now I don't care what's on it. Were there any surprises? That's my big thing. Were there any surprises on the test? So look at that. I was scoring 70s on STC and pass. So everyone feel good that you don't need 80s. Kyle, abso-fucking-lutely. I love that guy. He was such an asshole player.
I didn't realize how ruthless he was until I watched.
Oh my God. I loved watching him. I hated. I was married in New York, so I was a Knicks fan. But he was insane. Okay, so tough, so mean, so competitive. I mean, him and then Parrish and then Kevin McHale, right? Okay,
Kevin McHale, yeah.
That was a tough bunch of people. Okay. So yeah, you don't need to be in the 80s to get a STC. Okay. Good question. So I would say that either STC achievable or Kaplan. Look, I would say Notman, right? I would throw Notman in there in the mix, but they're expensive and they're not. Yeah, they're good, and their videos are solid, but they're a little expensive. I would go top thing. I would go all in STC. Okay, if you want to do a nice mix, buy the Achievable program and the Kaplan Cubic. That's a great mix because it's just new questions. You do Achievable, you get through the program, it teaches the right way, and then when it do questions, you do the Kaplan Cubic, and it's like $50 to buy it. Okay, so I want to read what Anders said. Okay. She dated Ginobili, but she loved to complain what is with you Americans and good sportsmen and bitching about soccer.
I saw that comment before.
What?
I saw that comment before.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Fuck. It's amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
It's amazing how that is just okay. Maybe that's why they're all buying our shit. Okay. Okay. American exceptionalism is a thing. Okay. Take my 60, but it's okay. Yeah. Got it. Chaotic. I get you. Well, 2 weeks. Oh, you're inside the 10 days, right? Yeah. I agree. The 63 is not easy. It's a lot of work. It's some long questions. It's a time test. But yeah, if you have the 65 already, which I think you do, and the 7, there's the 30% of the 65 is the 63, and the questions are easier on that. Okay. So mail. Okay. Okay. For the margin, it's if you look in my playlist. Oh, go look in my. I think I did the 7 playlist. I did the 7 playlist. Did I give him the 7 playlist when I should have done the SIE playlist? I don't know. You can find it. Okay. If you go my 7 playlist, it's one called long margin and one called short margin. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here. Hold on. First, do this. Here's this. If you look in the middle, there's margin. Now, the other thing is, I do think I was supposed to spend the SIE playlist to him, which is just because that's what happens when you have ADD and you just don't listen. Crash course. Where's my SIE playlist? There it is on the bottom. Because I don't update it that much because it's pretty fucking solid. And there, so the guy who's taking the SIE, boom. Okay. Here we go. Let me back up to this. Paul, I got it. So I got it. I saw that guilty thing. Okay. I am about 20 minutes behind, guys. So just be ready. Okay. So promise, stay on. We'll get to you. I promise. Okay. Wow. That happens all the time where they take. No, you have to fill out the U4, but a lot of times they fill out. They take so long. Like Morgan Stanley, and I think UBS is pretty notorious for taking forever. Like if you failed, this is what's interesting about a lot of the Morgan Stanley stuff. If you fail the 7, you can open your window the next day. You just can't take it for 30 days, right? They won't open it to your window until your 30 days is up. It's like you're adding weeks to it. So now, how would you think you say that, Jeff? Now,
what do you? No.
You're gonna have to tell us. Nahul? Okay.
Nahul.
How about this, Mr. Martinez? Okay, there we go. That's how I would say it. Okay. I'll just call you Mr. Martinez until you said until somebody say your name. Okay. I'd say you got to take it if you have it's going to be probably 2-3 weeks, right? At least. So I would take a final. Let's do this. Why don't you spend the next 3 or 4 days just reading, watching videos, reading, adding knowledge? Then today's Tuesday. So let's say Saturday and Sunday you start taking finals again. But maybe you have to do a final every day. Don't do more than one a day.
What's the difference? What difference does it make what the firm is doing with the U4?
Well, they have to open the window.
With studying.
No, but he's ready to take it. So we're ready to take it, right? And the hardest part here is that how do you maintain that
for the next couple of weeks?
Right, because even if they open the U4 tomorrow, you're probably a week to 10 days out for taking it. If you're in the city, yeah, it's 2 weeks. If you're like in bumfuck Iowa, you can probably take it like 3 days later. Like I know that a lot of guys in San Francisco will book in Salt Lake City because they can get an easy date, and it's like it's like an $80 flight.
I think it also depends on who books the. Well, I guess you have to have your U4 in order to be able to book. Yeah. So annoying.
And a lot of the firms do it for you, and they just pick a time. You're like, oh, we're gonna have you do it at 6 o'clock at night on a Friday. No. I know. I had one. Oh, she's taking it. Oh, there's a girl taking it right now, I think. Tomorrow, either today or tomorrow. It's at 5 o'clock. And she's trying to show up. She was going to try to show up early, like at 2 to see if she can get in there. Okay. Anyway, so I would say spend the next 3 days just reading and watching videos, just adding knowledge on stuff you're not good at. Because you're getting mid-70s, which means you're solid, but you're not perfect. So work on shit and then go take a test every other day. Like Saturday and Sunday, do them back to back. Then go Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Just keep that up and do that. And then spend the other day reviewing the wrong sections. You'll see your score pop a little bit from doing the review in between. And when you review the test, make sure you review all the answers, not just the weak ones. So almost like do a test on Monday, in the afternoon, review it if you can do this. Then the next day is reread and go over the stuff that you were not good at. And then the next day, take another test. That's the best way to do it. And don't spend 12 hours a day studying. You're going to burn out. And then when you take the test, you're going to be half dead. Okay. Yeah, that's right. You could, if you're halfway through Cody, you could probably start coming in now. But yeah, it feels harder. It's just more stuff. It's not that much harder. Okay. Well, let's not worry about the math part, but let's understand SMA a little bit, and that may help you. So I'm going to do math anyway. So in margin, right? So you have market value. Say we have $50,000 worth of stock. And let's say our debit balance, is what we owe, is 20. So we're going to go 50 grand in market value, 20 in debit. That's what we owe. We have to pay that shit back. So that means you have 30 grand in equity, right? 50 market value, 20 debit, 30 equity. That should make sense, okay? That should be okay with us, okay? So now, the question is, how much of that can I borrow, withdraw from the account? It's really borrowing, but how much can I use, okay? So think about it. If I have 50 grand in market value and 30 in equity, they want me to have, does anyone know what the answer is? Yes, good job, guys. They want 50%. They want you to have 50% equity in the account. So if you have a market value of 50, the reg T of the 50% is 25 grand. So they want you to have 25 grand in the account. How much do you have, Will? Say yes to me. Yes, 30. We have $30,000 in equity. They want us to have 25. So how much extra do we have? 5. That's SMA. SMA is excess equity. So that's the money you can withdraw. You can go on vacation with it. Not a very good vacation for 5 grand, but you could go on a staycation. You could probably spend 3 minutes in Disney. So the whole point is so again, market value minus debit is your equity. 50 minus 20 is 30. My equity is 30. They want me to have 25 grand, which is 50% of the market value. And remember, that changes every day. Every time the stock moves, there's a new 50%. So if the stock keeps going up, the reg T goes up, but your equity goes up faster. So if you have 25 grand minimum, not minimum, reg T, and you have 30 grand in equity, you have 5 grand in SMA, that's what you can borrow, you can withdraw. Now, if they say what's buying power, it's always 2 times SMA. Now, let's talk about a couple tricks. SMA, if your stock then drops a little bit, here's the weird part, the SMA stays. So if you create 5 grand in SMA and the stock drops a little bit, you keep the 5 grand in SMA. It doesn't change. Like I have my brokerage account. I took some money out to pay a bill. Boom, my SMA is still like 25 grand. I don't have that. I can't touch it, but it says it. It says my SMA. So the whole point is SMA, you can grow it, but you have to use it to lose it, right? So if you create 5 grand in SMA and then the stock drops, your SMA stays 5 grand. The only way to lose that is to actually spend it or borrow it. Hope that helps a little bit. And remember, SMA is always equity minus reg T, which is half the market value. Equity minus reg T. That's on the short account also. So if you're short and you come up with 50 grand, I'll tell you have 30 grand in equity in a short account, and the market value is 50 grand, I'll do the same thing. Your reg T is 25. You have 5 grand in an SMA. Always remember, it's equity minus reg T. Okay. City Hero, baby. We have 13 days, baby. We're going to get it. Tell me you're going to pass. Everyone taking it? Boom. Okay. Oh, that's funny. Kyle is throwing me. This is Mr. Sarcastic smartass. Yeah, he has grandkids running around. Did I ever tell you the quick? I'll tell you a really quick story, and then I'll get to this. Okay. I did a video. When I first was doing TikTok, not first, like maybe 3 years ago, I did a video where I had a bear, like had a AI editor would put a bear on my back, a big teddy bear for some reason, right? And I cursed in it. Well, whatever. All of a sudden, my daughter's out in the back, and I hear her yelling because she showed my 3-year-old grandson that video, and she said, "You cursed." I said, "Why the hell? You know how I speak. You know what it is." And she said, "I said, no. This is like you watching your kid putting your kid in front of Scarface, and you get mad they're cursing. No, it's there. Okay, you knew I curse. You know I curse all the time. It's your fault." And she's like, "Get mad," and walked away. So don't have your kids watch my shit. Okay, Paul, you're next. Okay, boom. Okay, no. You're fine. Abdullahi. Oh, there it is. Abdullahi Samatar. You are in great shape. Oh, and you're in San Diego. I mean, how can you study out there? How can you study out there? The weather is nice. The women are great looking. It's unbelievable. Okay. Don't worry about the munis. Don't worry about that. Watch my videos on bonds. Don't worry about them too much. Remember, a lot of the vendors go a little. If you don't understand the bonds, join the. You can either do tutoring or join our group on Sunday nights. You can do that and get there. Or here's the other thing, guys. Join study groups. Paula used to be in one for other tests before she had the baby. All these people did study groups, and they're magic. They're so great. They're so helpful. Okay. Because sometimes you go, "I don't get bonds," and they go, "Oh, this is the way I think about it," and they hold you accountable too. Okay. So here's my okay. Okay. See, look, I didn't even read her shit study group. By the way, congrats. I knew you had one. Congrats. But I think I knew, right? I think I knew. I don't remember. I think that's good. You're taking it in 3 weeks. That's awesome. Let's go. So hopefully I'll see you on Sunday night. Okay. There we go. You're going to be fine. We're going to rock this. You're going to be fine. You're going to rock this. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. You could always cancel it and restart it. I think they'll give you a refund. Although, and the thing is, I would say do it, but unless I owned Apple, and I still don't own Apple, even though it's at a high. Okay. Okay, Will, that's fine. So hopefully I helped do the SMA a little bit. Go take my brutal exam. That'll help you a little bit. Don't sweat this shit. You're gonna nail this. Okay. When are you taking it, Will? I don't know if you said it. I hope you're taking it a couple weeks out. You can get this stuff done. I would say the problem is, here's a question for you. And then maybe Jeff can help you out because he's the master of studying. Tell me maybe you need help studying. Reach out to him. He has a custom study plan that he does with people. It's really good. He spends like some time on that. I won't say how long, but about 30 minutes or so. But he sometimes extends it sometimes. And he can help you get you on the right way. Maybe you're just studying wrong. Who knows? And maybe it's not lack of knowledge. Maybe it's just missing out on the study. Okay. Brittany. Okay. Yes, you need to switch vendors. If you're getting 80s and you fail, you're memorizing answers. Go to STC or Achievable. That's right now. Just do that. I'm sorry you missed, but again, as long as you don't quit, you don't fail, right? So, and I'm not a Zen person. It's just a thing. You just keep fucking grinding. That was for Kyle. If you're scoring 80s, you're memorizing. So I would absolutely switch to Achievable or switch to STC and try that. And remember, what you're going to do is you're not going to just do questions. You're going to read the book again. I know. By the way, if you read Achievable, it'll take less time. And STC, the book is half the size of Kaplan. So you can just read it without taking notes. Okay. Ethan, don't sweat this shit. Okay. Don't worry about this too much. Oh, I made it to the end. Okay. Oh, wait, no. Never mind. I shouldn't have done that. Okay. I'll jump back. I didn't realize you put the custom study. The link for the custom study plan, people, is there. He's amazing at what he does. Okay. Yeah, Ethan, just focus on reading, baby. Just focus on reading. That's the first thing you can do. I have to go back to where I was. Okay. So yeah, Brittany, change what you're doing. If you need help, Join one of the study groups. I'm telling you, they help a lot, but you got to change the vendor for sure. And then focus on reading. Okay. Okay, Sarah, you're up next. I know I'm behind, but you're up next. I thought it was weird that I was 20 minutes behind and then I caught up. Okay. 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 Sounds like you haven't taken the 7 yet, right? So STC, I like stick with the STC. If you want to join us, we meet every Sunday, okay, and tomorrow night too. I would do if you. Here's the thing: are you struggling, Angie? Are you struggling with options? If yes, join the $49 one. If you're not, join the 24. Because if you don't need help with options, if you're good with options, my way is amazing. But if you're good with options, you don't need to change it. Like if it's broke, don't fix it. Okay. So if you're solid with options, don't join the study. Don't join the $49 one. Join the 29. And if STC has a class before you take it, that's not a bad idea to take because they will review some stuff. I mean, you don't want to spend all day sitting in there, but they do help a little bit. Okay, they're a good review. Okay. I have a lot of people taking the test summing up. Okay, so next week's going to be amazing with all these pass. Okay. Okay. I'm going to try to roll down because I think you've saying other stuff. So I will get you. I'm going to read the other stuff and I get to what your answer is. So I see you failed it. You're testing on Friday, which means you should be passing your exams by now. Let me get to, okay. Let me, okay. Yeah, I get that. That's why you don't want to spend too long studying. That's why when people say how long should study, I say 4 to 5 weeks. Then if you miss, just do another 4 to 5 weeks. 4 to 5, not 45. I would. Your scores seem okay, but you have to review them and let me know on Thursday when you do after this. Let me know. Are most of your ones you're getting wrong? Are they dumb mistakes or are they lack of knowledge? Right. So if they're lack of knowledge, then we got to fix that. If they're dumb mistakes, you have to just keep taking tests over and over again to fix that. Okay. Let me get back to this. I got John. Yes. It's as bad as everyone says it is, which means that's good for you. When I say bad, I don't mean that. Well, yes, there's going to be some. Here's the thing. You're going to be very annoyed tomorrow. You're going to pass, but you're going to be very annoyed because you're going to be like, my God, these questions don't look anything like the test. Okay. Now, I think Past Perfect goes too deep. It's going to cover stuff you don't need. But if you're passing it, you're in great shape. As long as you're not memorizing. And again, go in there and going, okay, I'm not looking for tricks. The problem with Past Perfect and Kaplan, they love to trick you. They love to throw tricks at you all the time. Okay. I think we talked about that. Okay, so yes, I think STC questions are, I think the later exams are harder than the regular one. But like the 3, 4, 5 are probably on par with it. The 6, 7, 8 are probably harder than it. But the problem is once you take the exam once and you take it again, you're going to be memorizing, and you don't want to do that. So I would say they're closer in style than the other vendors. Out of all the vendors, they're closest in style. But hear me out. Somebody's going to go, no, Kaplan's the closest. Here's the problem. A lot of the vendors get feedback on the questions, okay? And they know a question, so they scatter them into the various exams because they can't put it all in there. They get in trouble, right? So there's a guardrail that FINRA has because you can't take my 2 questions. So they throw them in there, figure nobody will catch them, and FINRA, okay, there's, the 10,000 monkeys typing, someone will do the Bible. Maybe they're just saying they got lucky, okay? So what happens is if you take a test and one of the sprinkled questions shows up in your exam, you go, oh my God, Kaplan STC looks just like the test because they saw one fucking question that matched it. But that's in your head, and that's fine. That's normal. So, but if anything, STC is the closest to, again, don't go that route, but STC is the closest to the real exam than all the vendors. Is that what you should be shooting for? Not really, because you should be shooting for knowledge. You should be shooting that. You should be shooting for that no matter what they throw at me, I'm okay. Like people go, oh, I'm hoping I get an easy test or I get a lucky draw. That's fucking bullshit. If you're hoping for an easy draw, move the test. You're not ready. If you go in there like, oh, I hope I get an easy draw, or even using the word draw because that means you don't have control, you should be ready for anything it throws at you. You should go in there going, I am ready for no matter what they throw at me, I'm going to kick the fucking shit out of it. You need to say that. You need to say that out loud. You need to be like, I am the danger. That's what you have to think. I'm not the one in danger. I am the danger. And that's what you have to do. Okay? So don't worry about what looks like what. That's a bad road to go down because none of them really look like it. Your job is to know it so well that you're not worried about anything. Okay. Okay. Okay, chaotic. Thank you for saying that. Okay. Okay, Sarah. Hold on, what she said. Okay. Taking it Friday, you're gonna be fine. Go up. Okay. Okay. So you're taking it Friday. Tomorrow, have you done my brutal exam? If you're doing good on the options, remember, the options and the vendors will pull your score down. On the real test, they'll pull it up because you're much more straightforward. That's the thing. Remember, the test is not easy, but it's much more straightforward. I promise you. It's not easy, but it's straightforward. And get that in your head and just go, okay, I'm going to take it and take my time. I'm going to read every word. I'm going to beat this fucking thing. Your scores are right there. Again, on Kaplan and STC, their option questions are way harder than the real exam. So my options method works amazing for the real exam, pretty good for the vendors. I don't give a shit about the vendors. I care about what happens on the real exam. That's all I care about. You'll be fine. Make sure you read mutual funds and annuities. Make sure you're comfortable with mutual funds and annuities. You said you have customer accounts down. So then maybe do a quick review of mutual funds and annuities. And the suitability is what it is. It's not hard, like it's not easy. But it's not like where they give you, grandma is 52 years old. What should you put her in? And they give you like 55% bonds and 58% bonds. I wouldn't know how to do that. And I really never worry about the suitability on the exam. Even the percentages one are far enough apart that it's not like, ooh, I'm flipping a coin. Okay. Don't worry about it. You're all over the place. That's fine, but it's Kaplan. Okay. Don't sweat the DPP stuff. Don't sweat the margin. They go way too overboard on. Don't sweat the balance sheet formulas. They may ask you one or two, but most of it's going to be theory stuff. Okay. Yes, I'm telling you, the option strategy video is less about math, and that's what it's so chaotic. That's why I did the other video called the option suitability, which is no math. It's all about identification and suitability. It's like an hour of just like 80 questions on just suitability on the options. Zero math. Because half the questions will be no math. Okay. Juan Pablo, yes, I do it. That's for NASA stuff. But again, if you're going to take it soon and you have a question about studying or just like something that overlap with the 65 or 66, I'm happy to talk about it. But I do FINRA nights are Tuesdays, NASA nights are Thursday. I figure it kills my viewers a little bit, but I don't give a shit. It cuts it in half. It says, okay, so I don't have people doing both. Everyone's on FINRA night tonight. And then this way it cuts down the confusion. And this way I can spend more time on actual stuff that people want to hear. Okay. Whoa, that's awesome. Joe Mama, I remember you. Joe Mama is I love the CFP. That's amazing. That's such a great thing to have. It's amazing to have it's one of the few things you can put on your business card, which is awesome. Okay. Okay. Look at this. So remember, Will, not a ton on margin. It's there, but it's not a ton. Okay. Okay. So minimum maintenance, this is what I do. So on maintenance, so here's the thing. People freak out when they see a combination margin. They got a long and short. I don't do that stupid equity formula. This is what I do. I do one, I do the one, and I do the long by itself, I do the short by itself, and then add them together. So if you do what's minimum maintenance, I just do the equity on both, add them together. Well, no, I do the 25% of the long market value, then 30% of the short market value, and put them together, and there's my answer. Okay. Now we're going to get it. Okay. Good. You passed the SIE. That's awesome. Hold on. Oh, well, you're going to get one of the original ones. Sorry. By the way, guys, I do have a message. Hold on one second.
If this speech stirs your heart, show your allegiance, like the video, subscribe to the cause, and together we shall conquer the future.
I'm so bad with that shit. Okay. Okay. That's awesome. Good. Now, we're going to get there. Okay. Yeah. So remember, buying power. Okay. Buying power is always 2 times SMA. Will buying power is always 2. Once you get the SMA, double it and you're good to go. Okay. Okay. Ethan, I think I talked to you a little bit. Don't sweat it. Take it. Here's what I tell you. It is a horrible feeling. As long as it's not your 3rd shot and you get another chance, we're good. Okay. Let's focus on this. What do? First of all, tell everyone. Hopefully, you told everyone yesterday that you missed. It's get it, or if not, tell them today. Get the pain over with. Don't drag it out because it just fucking sucks. Then take 2-3 days off. So maybe yesterday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, go back to reading. Just read the book. Maybe join the study group. Maybe reach out to Jeff and do his custom study plan that is right below your message. And maybe he can help you get you on the right track. But don't sweat this shit. It's a 30-day problem, and it's a 30-day problem in a 20-year career. Okay, it's basically going to be it's a blip on your career. Once you pass, nobody gives a shit. It's another thing. It's 30 days, which is a long time to study, but a short time to be embarrassed. Okay, so don't worry about it. And again, it's very weird. I had a couple girls that came to me. They were in an analyst class. They missed, and they were embarrassed for the whole month. And then the day after they passed, everyone acted like it never happened. I mean, literally nothing, no effect at all. No impact on them. So don't worry about this too much. But take a couple of days off, then just start reading on Thursday or Friday. Just read the book. Act like you got 30. Act like you missed by 34%, not by 7, by 6. Okay. You have anything to add? You've been talking way too much today, Jay.
I'm just letting you run.
Okay.
But I would say for studying, if you take the exam and you don't pass, it's not the end of the world. I know it sucks, and you want to be done with it, but you know what? You know what to expect the next time. You know the phrasing of the questions. You know what it's like to be in the exam room. You know what the screen looks like. Those are all things that I think are discounted when you walk into one of these exams. And you know what? You know how to study when you reread the book. You know what to look for. Everything.
And you'll start skipping stuff, right?
When you go through it a second time and you reread the book and you take the questions, you're instantly going to do better. Your scores are going to be higher. You know how to approach it. So just remember, and like Ken always says, it's a 30-day problem in a 20-day career. I would like to say your career is going to last a lot longer than that, but it's a short-term problem. That's it.
Yep.
You'll get through it.
Yep.
Especially, and if you get you see these, I see the scores all the time, 68, 69, 70, 67. You did work. You're very close. You just need to tighten up a couple things. That's all it is.
Yep.
And remember, you can understand the content. You might not have understood what they were looking for in the answer when they asked the question. Just think about that. Make sure you know what they're looking for, because you tend to get a little excited when you go, oh, it's an options questions. I'm good with options. Which one is or which one isn't. Keep that all in mind.
Right. Yeah. Good stuff. I like it.
There you go. There you go.
Okay. So Will's taking it the 5th. Yeah, good. Yeah, that's the thing. So that's it. So the random one-offs, don't worry about it. They're much harder. The vendors always look, the vendors throw out these questions that you have like no shot of passing. Like you have no shot of getting sometimes. And it's just like, I get frustrated when I see them and I'm just like, please, I know which ones would never be asked. So what happens is I tell the students, move on, get away from it. Okay. But they don't, I mean, you're learning, you don't know what they're going to ask sometimes. So you're like, oh, I have to work through it. And half the time they're not. Okay. Okay. But you're going to, Will, tell me you're going to pass. It's going to be boom. Okay. Okay. So that's okay. So Sarah, remember something. The good thing is that there's not a lot of math on the test. Okay. And the font's bigger, so it's easier to look at. The other thing is, remember, on the vendors, you click the answer and it kind of picks it. On the real test, you have to click the answer, then you have to confirm. So you're going to be like, wait, I made the C. So that's the big one, is that there's a little more safeguard in there. There's more safeguards in picking the right answer. That's going to happen less. But we're going to rock this. And the other thing is you said, got it. I know what you're saying. It's like a little tiny things, right? Okay. 74, that's fine. Here, you know my tips for DPPs? Who cares? Who the fuck? I don't give a shit. You're gonna get like 3 questions on it. Here we got to know. They're illiquid. They pass through gains and losses. And there's 3 levels of oil and gas. Exploratory coal, wow, getting, which is risky. Development, which is the middle. And income, which is the safer. You're just selling oil. DPPs, literally, DPPs won't be the reason you fail. I promise you that. And the vendors, the vendors love to go high on margin, high on balance sheet, and way too much on DPPs. Also, this is the one thing I've seen this. It's less about the DPP than about the suitability. I've seen this question in everyone's exam, so write this shit down. Okay, Ari, I'll give you my email. If you have even though you have a discretion account, which means you can make trades without permission, to put them in a DPP, you need written permission ahead of time. Every other thing, other than let me do 2 things. If you work for Merrill Lynch and you say, and you want them to buy Bank of America, you need to get permission for that, or DPPs. Okay, those are the only 2 conflicts of interest. So if you have a discretionary account, even if you think DPPs are good, you need written consent from the customer before you put them in. Not just notify them. Need written consent. Okay. Sarah, that's great. Then you're in good shape. And you said you're in the business for 20 years. Suitability is key on this. Okay. Hold on. If you want to email me at kenfinnan. Okay. Jorge. Okay. Now I'll let you talk to him in a second. But
yeah.
Ari, thank you very much. It's kenfinnan@gmail.com. Okay. That's the easiest way. Hold on.
I promised JJ that you would play something for him.
Which one?
Jorge Santos that just popped in.
Hold on, let me get this one. Hold on. Let's see. Here we go. Sorry.
I passed the Series 7! That's what I'm talking about. Bring on the fireworks! Woo! This is how you celebrate. Confetti everywhere. Thank you, everybody.
Boom. I like that one better. I have another one that I didn't upload. Okay. So, you guys can talk.
Can I just comment on JJ here who popped on?
Yeah.
So he's been grinding away at the SIE. Approached it well, studied hard. You kept sending me updates, updates on text saying I'm scoring here, quick little, text back to tweak it and everything. He approached it perfectly. Didn't underestimate it, went in hard, studied hard, was consistent, did a great job.
Good. So, was there a song I have to play from, a specific or no?
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
You got to be. I promised him if you'd play something good.
Yeah, of course. He's going to get my favorite.
All right.
Jorge got Jeff right when he was drinking. That's awesome.
I'm always
Jorge, congrats. It's amazing. And Arseny helped him out. It was great. Okay. Phoebe, yes. Okay, hold on. Let me catch up. Okay. Ari, we got. Okay, here we go. Okay, Ethan, do you think you were memorizing past perfect? Okay. If you think you're memorizing, I think you got to switch up vendors. Maybe get Kaplan, maybe get STC. I mean, I know this shit isn't free and it sucks, right? But if you can just switch up the vendor a little bit, maybe that'll help you a little bit. And then again, if you want help studying, reach out to Jeff and the custom study plan. I think there's a couple links in there. Okay. Let's see who else is in there. Because you saw all those references I got, all those referrals, all those testimonials. Where is it? Let's see who it is. Okay.
I ever made.
So
This fellow
first,
has just made it cheaper.
Carnegie.
Use Capital Advantage tutoring. Smaller price,
Right?
greater
That's
potential.
Carnegie.
Invest in your. I passed. And I
That's
did this
Keynes,
sweet
John
boy.
Maynard
I
Keynes.
crushed the Series 7 thanks to Capital Advantage tutoring. Their tutors spoke my language.
Let's see who
charts,
else we got.
probabilities, and when to take a tea break.
I love these
When I
guys.
began studying
That's
series exams,
Adam
the
Smith.
rules of modern finance felt more tangled than a merchant's ledger at sea. Capital Advantage tutoring untied those knots for me.
Need to pass that licensing exam?
Isaac
Don't take
Newton.
a chance. Use Capital Advantage tutoring. They turn
I don't think I had
complex regulations
Rockefeller.
into clear strategy. Personal coaches.
I don't know
practice
is that
exams,
it?
results matter.
My friends,
And
for your
Einstein.
licensing exams, don't struggle alone. Use Capital Advantage tutoring. Their instructors break complex ideas into simple, logical steps.
Need to pass that licensing exam?
Oh,
Don't
that's
take a
JP Morgan,
chance.
baby.
Use Capital Advantage tutoring. They turn complex regulations into clear
The
strategy.
JP
Personal
Morgan.
coaches, practice exams, results that matter. Your capital deserves it.
That's it.
Education
There it
is
is.
the best investment I ever made. This fellow has just
I
made
couldn't.
it
I
cheaper.
couldn't believe I got all of them to do a testimonial for me. Okay. Okay. Yes. Read the fucking book. If you haven't, who you took the exam on a show and missed it by 2, got a 70. So you're very, very close. Okay. If you haven't read the book yet, yes, read the book. If you haven't read the book yet, read it. Okay. Read it, read it, read it, read it, read it. Okay. So that's this. Now, here's the thing. The reason I did do Friedman Hayek, I didn't think people would know who they were. I literally didn't. I was going to do FDR. I was going to do, what else was there was a couple other I was going to do. There was something else I was going to, von Hayek and Friedman. They're both libertarian kind of, they're great economics. They're not libertarians. They're economists. But,
Did you read my
I don't
book
think
yet?
people would know who they were.
Did you read the book yet?
I started.
Keep going.
I get it. It's what it's one of those don't chase money shit. I get it. I'm gonna read it, but I'm getting there.
I'm a
But
very
it's
big
like it sounds like. By the way, I like it, but it sounds very much like. Have you ever watched, read the book How to Make Friends and
Yeah,
Influence
of course.
People?
But this,
It feels.
yeah, I'm a very big. We're talking about Morgan Housel. You
Right.
might know him from the
Art of Spending.
Art of
Money.
Spending Money. He wrote the book, The Psychology of Money. Nothing Ever Changes. I just happen to like his philosophies on life and money and advancing. It's really, I happen to be a big fan of his. I listen to his podcast.
No, I like his podcast a lot. I'm gonna give it I'm gonna keep reading through it. I will get through it. It's only a 4-hour book, so
It's not long, and his podcasts are
Yeah.
short also.
Yeah, I know. Very sure. It's good stuff. Okay. So, no, do not. Okay. Do not just focus on the stuff you're weak on. Because then what happens is those will get better and the strong stuff will go down. If you haven't read the book, go back and read the book, Michael. Okay. Yeah, it was Newton. I'm going to keep doing stuff like that. I think they're fun. Okay. Yeah, but no, you're not. Remember, Michael, you've already absorbed most of it. You missed it by a couple points. It's not like it's brand new. You're not gonna absorb all of it. You're gonna get 10% better. That's all you need. Remember, the problem is the biggest mistake is missing. Guys, the biggest problem is if you miss by 1, you think, oh, I got to make a couple points. That puts my kids through boarding school. I'll put it that way. Okay. Don't do that. Focus, put me out of business. Focus on improving everything by 10%. Ethan, we got you. Okay. Okay. Chris, I would say no more. Okay. If you're working as a full-time job, no more than 2. If you're not working full-time, no more than 5 with lots of breaks. Like 2 hours, take an hour break, 2 hours, take a break and do an hour. Anything more than 5 hours is kind of tough. You start to get diminishing returns and you're going to burn out. Also, if you're paid to study all day, don't study at night. If you're studying from 9 to 5, when you turn off the clock, punch it out, you're done. No more. At night, you're done. Don't do anything else.
I just actually spoke with Chris. Maybe it was last night.
Yeah.
So this is actually a good question. There's more to it. There are some people like that are working full time and they only have like those 2 to 3 hours a day where they can squeeze it in. Chris has a little bit more flexibility here. And this question comes up a lot, especially for people who are can study all day, like at if like you're at at a firm where they're letting you study all day, how much should you study? I think you have to give yourself, like you're saying, breaks. You have to take, if you take a practice test for 2 or 3 hours, take a breather, get a coffee, go for a walk, come back and then review. But don't just keep doing it. You're not going to absorb it. It's not going to all sink in. You've got to pace yourself.
Yep. And if you do 8 hours a day, you're going to burn out. Yeah. This isn't college anymore. This isn't, you can't mainline Adderall.
No.
You can, but
no.
Don't. And you have a life. This is the thing, college, right? You can study at 10 o'clock at night because we all know, really, even if you didn't go to college, if you did go to college, your life isn't that hard. Everyone thinks you're busy. You're doing 2 classes a day.
Your life isn't that hard.
I mean, think about your life in high school, right? If you played sport, you're going to school for 8 hours a day, playing a sport, doing homework, and then you go to college, you're like, oh my God, I'm so busy. I had 2 classes. I had to go to school for 3 hours.
I just find that whether I'm studying, working, reading something, if I step away from it for a few minutes and then come back, it makes so much more sense.
Yeah, take breaks, man. 100% take breaks. What the hell is the name of that method? I can't remember. Where you do 25 minutes on.
If they keep crying, just let them cry.
Pomodoro, right?
What's that?
Pomodoro. Right?
No, the Ferber method. Let the baby cry in the crib.
Oh yeah, okay, that's right. No, so I'm saying the Pomodoro method is you put your phone in another room, set it for 25 minutes. You do 25 minutes, you come off, you have a 5-minute doom scrolling break, and then you go back every 25 minutes at a time.
Oh, I don't even think you should doom scroll. I think you should just like get fresh air.
Whatever. Just no, this is why. Remember, this is us. What I'm saying is when you're 25 years old, if you go an hour without looking at this, is anxiety. We don't need anxiety. So the point is you get to check your text messages. Anyone can wait 25 minutes for an answer from you. That's the point of it. Yes, go outside. Just take a break. Just do something different.
Yeah.
Because the reason they're saying it's addressing that people need to use their phone. Like, look, I'm old and if I don't have my phone with me, I get fucking nervous. I feel like I'm missing something. Okay. There you go, Jorge. We got this. Take your time. Now, here's the other thing. If anyone studying it, they say your job's not on the line. Any test you think you're going to need in the future, get it while you don't have to. It's much easier to take a test when you don't have to than when the clock's on your ass. Okay, Sarah, it's kenfinnan@gmail.com. Okay. Or you can reach out to Jeff, too. He's at... Or reach out to Jeff if you're...
And there it is.
There it is. Okay. Yeah, Anders, I think we are. If you ever come to New York, we'll go for a drink. Even though I don't drink, but I'll pretend. Okay.
I'll pretend.
Riccitti, yes. Yes, they're heavy. Now, they're not ridiculously hard. They're just heavy. You need to know, are they after tax? Is it qualified, which is pre-tax? Is it non-qualified, which is after tax? You need to know what the different annuity payouts are. You don't need to know every little thing about it, but you need to know what AIR is. You need to know the difference between 401k and IRA and Roth IRA. You need to know the RMD, shit like that. You do need to know it. I have tons of videos on that. You absolutely need to know the annuity. So annuities, mutual funds, and drinks, annuities, and stuff like that.
Don't underestimate the annuities. People keep coming back saying there's more annuity questions than they thought.
Yep. Okay. Sarah, sure, I'll pay. You pass, we got the drinks, I'll buy the first round. Okay. It works for me. We were gonna I'll say something later offline. So that's where I think we got to the end. Not too bad. I didn't think I would. Any last minute shit?
No.
Don't forget to check out Achievable. I have links somewhere that'll help you out. Don't forget STC is great. Don't forget to check out the Facebook group. Also, there's the guy who writes for Achievable is Brandon Rith. Really nice guy, super nice guy. He runs the YouTube channel Basic Wisdom. And there's another one called Past Master Susie Rhodes. She has some good stuff too. I think she has this big iPad, like a big ass fucking iPad that you use to draw and it shows up on the screen. It's kind of cool. Okay. I think we're done. Okay, good stuff. Let me see. Is there anything I didn't do yet? Let's see. Nope. Oh, hold on. Look who's popping in.
Friends, fellow Americans, and all who ride with me, if these words move your spirit, let it be known. Press the like for liberty. Subscribe to the cause. Together.
Oh God.
I am so fun. I got timed out the other day. They said you've made over 30 videos in 24 hours.
I had the problem the first day I got it.
It's too fun. But I'm trying to look, understand something. It seems like stupid to do these. Okay. Lil Cutter, I'll answer in a second. So I have to do my own rant, make you sit on here. I'm trying to make them somewhat educational. So I'm trying to do like here's the thing. I write all these poems and rhyming songs, Dr. Seuss shit. So now I found a person to sing them for me, which is all the blues guys. Yes, I should have done Elvis Anders. I get that. Okay. Oh, I should maybe be Andrew Carnegie singing it, but whatever. So the point is, I'm trying to do stuff so it sticks. So because this shit's boring. I'm trying to I can sit there and just read and go, this, and just be a fucking monotone piece of shit, right? I can do all that crap. That's every vendor in the world has videos like that. Okay. I'm trying to do something different to make it stick. That's why my videos are not like every little detail. They're shorter because you know what? You've read the book, you watch the videos. I'm trying to make connections. I'm trying to go over stuff that you need for the test, not every little point. I don't need to teach you everything about DPPs. So I really go high level because that's the way I learn. Look, I understand something. I've never since probably 2000 gotten less than a 97 or 98 on any of these exams. Okay. I'm not super smart, but I can take a test. But here's the one thing I'm going to tell you. One, I suck at math. And two, if you ask me dates, like I told Jeff, and I said it before, I love fucking history. I hate dates. So if you ask me how many days for this, how many days for that, I look at
dates.
I
don't even think you can tell time.
No, I can't. Half the time I'm late.
That's what I mean.
It's called fin-in time. Even at work,
it worked. You never showed up at the same time. It could have been
never
9:15, 9:30, 10:30.
If you ever looked at you ever remember the Family Circus where they show the kid going all over the place? You ever see those? Yeah. You know what Family Circus is? So they'd always show like, Billy, why'd it take you 4 hours to get home? And they'd show his path, like he walked straight home and it was like this. That's me. I will literally take a different method every way to get to work. I take the train, but then I'll drive a different way. I'll drive on a side road. I'll drive on the wrong way, whatever it is. I just do different things. So clocks aren't a thing for me. What do they call it? Time blindness? Okay. It just means I'm lazy. Okay. The brutal exam, I'll put it in here. It's not in it. You take the exam with me. It's not a Word document. Here we go. Here we go. So a little cutter. Here is little cutter. That's the brutal exam. You can just take it with me. What you do is you don't have to do this, but I tell people when the question comes up, press pause, try to answer yourself, score yourself. Here I answer it. And I made 3 mistakes. Your job is to find them. It's like Easter eggs. Okay. Valerie. Okay, that's awesome. I love it.
I passed the Series 7! Woo! Certified, baby! You see this? Crushed it. Absolutely crushed it. If I can, you can.
Hold on. Are Cuban and
I passed the Series 7! That's what I'm talking about. Bring on the fireworks! Woo! This is how you celebrate. Confetti everywhere. Thank you, everybody.
They're on the same patio. They must be hanging out together. Valerie, I love it. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. I think that's it. We're done, right? Jeff can go home. I can go make myself some dinner. Probably just have toast.
Well, I am home. I'm gonna go swimming.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, let me tell you 2 quick things. Yeah, go jump in the pool. It's still light up by you. What are you in Hawaii? I still think my favorite story is the girl who was she took the test and she got a 92. Okay. She got a 92 and she started bawling because she remember that's when it was out of 250 questions. And they gave you a score. She was bawling. And she sat down. She had to sign the thing, whatever. And the guy goes, "What the fuck are you crying about?" And she was telling me what she was laughing. And she thought she got 92 questions right out of 250, not a 92. So she just thought and he's like, and she thought he was the meanest person in the world. He goes, "You literally got 8 questions wrong. So what the fuck is your 16?" But it's like you almost got a perfect score. And she started laughing. I thought it was funny. Okay. Brandon's okay. That guy's a great guy. He does reading. He does books for kids. Hold on. That's outstanding. So, Drew, I can assume that you're of the male. Boom, I love it. You did not think you're getting away from Oktoberfest. It's still October. I know Oktoberfest ended 2 weeks ago, but you're still getting that shit. Okay. Brandon, let's see where you are. By the way, so Drew, that is awesome. So wait, are you done? Oh my God. You're amazing. You're done, Drew. It's like all done, gone. No more. Congrats. Go enjoy your life for a little bit. Okay. Oh my God, you're ready. So here's the thing. Brandon, as long as you're not memorizing, you're fine. Okay. So long as you're not memorizing the answers, you should be fine. I would go, which test you taking? Are you taking the 7 or the 65? I think you did the 65 first. So either way, or maybe it was the SIE before. So if it's the 7, go take my brutal exam. If it's the 65 or 66, go find my quick and dirty. And I'm going to tell you now, if you go right to 1 hour, if you go to 1 hour on the video, there's a link in the top, which is a brutal exam, which is going to help you for the 65, 66. But if you're taking the 7, find my brutal exam, which I just linked here. Take that one and see how you are. But yeah, if you're scoring 79s and it's not memorizing and you're not the second time through, you're in good shape. Just you're 7 days away. Take tests every other day, not the day before. Make sure you have customer counts down, mutual funds, and annuities, and you're going to rock this thing. Okay, yeah. So find my brutal exam, the one I just linked up just before you jumped on, or a little bit before. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's right there, but you probably can't see it. Okay. And CT, baby. So yeah, Brandon, if you're scoring 79s, you're fine. You're in good shape. Yeah, CT, I love him. I'm telling you, go find my link. If you go to my link, if you go to Facebook, can I do it on here? No, I can't. If you go to Facebook, one of the pinned posts has that with a code, the $10 off, but it's not a big deal. If you go to any one of my videos other than this, it should be a link in there about halfway down, and you can get the achievable. It's for teaching. No one teaches the information better. I can't say that enough. No one teaches the achievable stuff better than achievable. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see if I can get it in here. I wonder if I can pull this off. Here we go. See if it works. Go here. Go to my. There we go. We knew that, Ken.
I can't say that enough. No one teaches.
That's me. I don't hate hearing my own voice. So let's see. So let's see if I can put it in the chat. Let's see. Is there a way to? There we go. Where is it? No, I can dislike my stuff. Hold on. Why can't I comment? Oh, maybe there it is. Okay. I'm going to put the, that's the achievable link. They will help you a ton. Okay. I think, here's the thing. I think achievable questions might be easier than the 7, depending, but they teach it better than anyone else. Okay. Go on that link. There's a $10 off and all that, and it'll help you a lot. I do think their questions, the first time through, they're hard. After that, you start getting their pattern and stuff. But I say the perfect thing is achievable to learn, Kaplan and Q-Bank to test yourself. But if you need one package, get the STC. Okay. I think we did some damage here. And again, Rashidi, maybe it's Rashidi. I'm abusing your name. I think the achievable questions are maybe slightly, they're just different than the 7. They're different. But if you're taking the 7, find my brutal exam. If you're taking the 65 or 66, go to the quick and dirty video and go to 1 hour, and it'll help you a lot. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna head out of here because I do got to eat at some point. I can't eat too late. And I will see you guys. Well, I won't see any of you till next week. And don't forget to join the memberships. We meet every Sunday at 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. for the 7. And if you want to do the SIE one for $5 a month, we have a class every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern.